Hi, I'm Shelsea Ochoa with the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, and today we will be creating our own Mishmash animal and creating a little habitat for our animal. This activity has 3 steps. First, we're going to learn a little bit about animals, their habitats, and their adaptations. Next, we'll design an animal. And finally, we'll create a habitat for our animal. It's going to be a lot of fun. In order to do this activity, you really just need a cardboard box, something like a shoebox size, so that you can create your habitat, and then whatever kind of craft supplies you have around the house. Let's get started. So the first thing I did was I researched all different types of animals, and I wanted to know what kind of an animal I wanted to have. So I created this little sheet. I thought of a name for my animal. My animal is called the Tarana, which is Tagalog for let's go. And then I thought about my animal's habitat. A habitat includes food, water, shelter, and space. By space, I mean how much territory do they need to take up? Do they cover miles and miles of territory like a dolphin, or do they burrow in a small little hole like a Chilean rose-haired tarantula? So it's up to you to decide how much space your animal is going to take up. After answering those questions, I thought about the adaptations that my animal has. So an adaptation is something an animal has on their body, a physical adaptations, or a behavioral adaptation is something an animal does that helps it to survive and thrive in the wild. So I did a little bit of research and I learned that buffaloes can actually run really fast. They can run 23 miles per hour. So I gave my animal the legs of a buffalo because I wanted it to be able to run really fast. I also did some more research and learned that camels have a hump on their back that is actually full of fat, so they can store calories when they're traveling in the desert. So I gave my animal a little hump on its back as well, like a camel. In this way, I mishmashed up all these different characteristics, all these different adaptations, and I created the Tarana. So to create your animal, as you can see mine right here, you can use whatever kind of materials you have in your house. I drew mine. You can see it has the legs of the buffalo here and the hump of the camel. It also has the face of a lemur, which I cut out of a magazine, and I glued a couple feathers on there to give it some ostrich wings. I also gave it some little raccoon hands in the front so that it can wash its food, because I thought that'd be pretty cool. So now I know about some of the characteristics, the adaptations that my animal has, and I was able to create a habitat from there. I needed a place that has enough food, water, shelter, and space for my Tarana. The first thing I did was go outside. I went for a walk and I looked for different kinds of things that might be beneficial to the habitat, like a leaf or a stick or some grass, anything like that. Then I came inside with my shoebox and I filled it up with a habitat. So this is how mine turned out. So it looks like a little diorama, just like in the museum. I cut off the roof and collaged a little sky and put a bunch of cotton balls for the clouds, found some of the materials that I collected on my walk and put those inside. And I did a mix of collaging and drawing, and my habitat turned out to be City Park. So you can see the Denver Museum of Nature and Sciences in the background with the fountains of the park right there so that my little character can get some water. And I put a little dumpster here because my character can eat the food of humans like a raccoon does. So I made a dumpster out of celestial seasonings boxes. And of course, because it's like a diorama that we have at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science, I had to put a little gnome inside my dumpster because our dioramas have hidden gnomes in them as well. So that's my diorama. I hope yours comes out really great. And when you do yours, please use the hashtag DMNS Science Party. You can also use this hashtag to search for other cool activities you can do at home. You can find the Denver Museum of Nature and Science on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And you can follow our friends at Denver Life Magazine, who are also sharing some really great videos. Thanks a lot. Happy sciencing!